But I'm committed to repealing, and that begins by not funding. And if the majority is Republicans this next time around, that is absolutely what's going to take place. Boehner was here this past week in Jackson County, John Boehner, who hopefully will be the next Speaker of the House. And he pointed out, and maybe some of you have been listening to Sean Hannity, and you've heard him on that. Michelle Bachman, who's coming to this district to do a fundraiser for me on the 21st of September. All committed to, it won't be a contract with America, but it's going to be something along that line of telling you where we will stand and where we will fall.
Is that going to be public? I mean, are they going to publish something like that?
It'll be published, and it's based upon the program that was initiated several months ago. Eric Cantor started out, it's called Public Vote, where you can go online and you can vote on particular issues every day that are coming before Congress. You can express your point of view. So they've been looking at that. It's a Republican initiative. And from that, they'll be meeting in September when they get back in session. They'll be meeting and discussing what they found out from all of the response to the people. And then they'll be doing, the members of Congress during this August recess are supposed to be doing town hall meetings, up to 500 of them across the country, and getting people's positions on what are the most important issues that they've seen from those people vote contacts. And from that, they'll develop the platform to move forward. And you'll hear about it. And I think John Boehner is right. You know, he said we had a contract with America. He was one of the key sponsors of that. But he said we lost our way. And now we can put a contract with America out again. But most people won't believe us anyway. He says we have to earn it back. Now, if you look at the record of the members of the Republican Conference over the last 4 years, I think you'd be pretty impressed with the overwhelming majority of where they've stood, especially these last 2 years. I mean, to get unanimous opposition, a unanimous vote against the health care bill by all Republicans, that's significant.
You guys keep shooting yourself in the foot. Every time you get in control, you keep shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, then don't put us in control again. Don't put us in control again, that won't happen. And you can keep the Democrats in control, and that's a wonderful situation.
Right.
We're all loving it now, aren't we?
Oh,
yeah.
And I said last night again, I said probably the best thing that's happened in America is Barack Obama getting elected.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's awakened us to the fact that it can get worse. And this country can go socialist, Marxist overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's also awakened us to the fact that that we can do better. I think it's brought about the Tea Party movements that have endorsed me because of my positions and my record. It's brought about 9/12 groups, it's brought about Glenn Beck, it's brought about Mark Levin, it's brought about Sean Hannity. Rush Limbaugh was there already, and it's caused people to come to a meeting like this tonight, which is huge compared to the last meeting I had here when I was a member of Congress right down in this very room. On a Saturday morning, and there were 2 tables, and there were 2 seats to spare. We've seen at every meeting, people have awakened to this concern that's going on in Congress. I want to make sure I get this lady here.
Thank you.
Hold your hand.
I am concerned about how do we limit government, downsize government. The first thing I hear when they talk about that is either cutting the police or teachers. And I've worked in a big company, 2,000 people, and my husband has too. And you can't tell me somewhere there's middlemen in the government that could be done without. It happens in every business. It's like cutting the secretary's job. She's the one that spits out the work all the time and leaving all that middle management layer there. So I don't know how that happens. But back to the farm subsidy, I understand how he feels because I've worked in an engineering firm. Engineers worked there and for a part-time fun thing to do, they would farm. And what a lot of them would do is at times they'd say, well, I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna plant corn and they'll give me money if I don't plant corn. And it's just a way to get money.
Sure.
And, you know, and the other thing I wanna make a point before I give it over to you again, is somewhere, a government cannot monitor everybody's behavior.
Right.
And we've got way too many misbehaving things going on, and we can't afford a government to hire people to watch what everybody's doing. Somewhere, we've gotta be the best we can be and not work the angles and whatever people do when they're in power and want one.